This is Bits and Bobs with Kits and Bits and your host Lynette Delane.
Yeah, consistency is so key. It really, we were talking before about, people have such a short attention span. We're all, on Facebook on our mobiles. You want to be able to, capture that interest really quickly and those visuals and that consistent look to be able to look and go, oh, that's Julie's. I know that's Julie's because it's got flowers and yellow writing on it,
Yeah, that's that, right. Yeah.
So I can stop and read before I've even got to it. I know that it's yours.
Yeah. And the thing is, every time you put your branding up there too, offer great value, because that's the other thing too, especially in social media. If I'm putting a post all the time and all I'm doing is spruiking what I'm selling, and people get sick of that. But if I am consistently putting up branded graphics that are offering great advice, I know every time I see something from Lynette, I go, what's Lynette got? Because I know she knows so much about all this techie word stuff. And look, she's got great tips on how to deal with it all. So I always stop and read Lynette's things. And you
do. There's people in our groups. There's whether it's larger brands, someone like Simon Sinek. If you saw that, you'd go, stop and read that. Gary Vaynerchuk gets people just stop and read his stuff just because they see his face. They don't even have to.
That's right.
Don't even have to read it, but his face is so all over social media. People know exactly who he is and what he does.
Yeah. Indeed. Yeah. All that stuff.
Yeah, all that stuff. And then finally, we were going to talk about the whole word mark versus logo thing, because that's what actually prompted this discussion in the first place. So explain what the difference between a word mark and a logo is.
Okay, so a word mark really is just your business name in a particular font and or colour, and that's simple as, and tractorgirl has a word mark for her logo, and that's all I've got, and that's all I've ever had, and it works just fine. And as you were talking about before, the number of huge businesses that just have a word mark. No iconography, no nothing, just a word mark. Huge businesses,
such as
there's tons of them. There is KitchenAid, there is Tiffany and Co, there is Jeep, Microsoft. They all just use a word mark.
Yeah, they don't have a little image next to them. It's just their word.
Just their word. And you think, like, these massive companies, surely they could afford a designer if they need. It's not like they don't have the budget.
No,
like, seriously, it works perfectly fine. Don't feel like you have to spend oodles of money on a fancy logo, because you have to get all the rest of your stuff about your branding right before you get onto the logo. Your logo has to project something about what your business is about, just like everything else in your branding. And if it's not doing that, if it's for me, a logo like an like an icon, something with an icon in it. It's like it's the cherry on top of the ice cream, or even it's like the last thing you need to think about with your branding. Really, you got to get all the fundamentals right first. You got to figure out who your audience is and what you want to project, and all that kind of stuff first. Then think about your logo.
That sounds like a great plan, and something I wished I'd done more of from the beginning. We both really love brands and love seeing small businesses use their brand effectively, and both try to help them save time and money in that initial setup when they're trying to figure out what their brand is.
You don't have to spend oodles, and please don't spend oodles of money on getting your branding together when you're starting out. If you don't spend huge amounts of money on your brand when you're starting out, because if you're not happy with your branding and you have a website that you're not proud of, that's going to hold you back in business.
That's right. Yes, no, that was the previous discussion.
Well, there you go. Let's talk about it.
No, I hid behind my logo, but I also think that, you know, like I don't like my current website, so I don't share much from it. So
that's holding you back in your business.
Yeah, it does.
Because you
so
don't
I'm in
like
the process of developing a new website, and that really, I know that I'm going to be proud of that. I'm going to be happy to share it all the time. I'm going to be happy for other people to share it. I'm going to, it does. If you've got a brand that you don't like, that you've spent lots of money on, and you think you should actually
you feel compelled to use it, and there's that horrible feeling of being torn. I don't like it, but I have to share it because I want to get my value of money out of it.
Yeah, and there'll be the wrong attitude behind it, and no, it's definitely not what we want people to do. So find a brand or a word mark or a simple colour palette and a font.
Start simple. Please start simple.
Start simple. Find out who you want to be, who you want to help. Get all of that get your words, get your visuals, all of those, get them in line first, and then spend some money on getting a logo done. Thanks, Julie.
No worries, and I will talk to you again soon because we've got lots more juicy things to talk about.
We sure do. Cool.
Excellent.
Thanks, Julie.
Okay, lovely.
Thanks for joining me for Bits and Bobs, an interview series for new business owners looking to avoid the pitfalls that we who have gone before have either already fallen into and climbed out of, or managed to skip over altogether. Please subscribe and watch other episodes where I, along with other business owners, dive into some less talked about and sometimes tough subjects, highlighting some of those I wish I had known topics so that you can get your business going faster and easier. You can find my guest details in the show notes or on my website, kitsandbits.com.au.